when I was at home, well, I was never really home because my dog died there in the house, and I hated it. I hated actually every minute being in that bloody house. I used to watch TV and wanted to get on holidays, but like I said, the first trip I did, I was bloody petrified. Never been camping by myself at all with my last dog. Went down the Great Ocean Road, and when I got back to Adelaide, it was like climbing Mount Everest for me, you know. It was like I actually did something like a big holiday by myself, 2.5 weeks down the Great Ocean Road, got back to Adelaide. And that's why I thought, right, I'm going to save up and buy this little van. But now it's just, I can hide inside the house, keep to myself, shut the door, put the television on, waste my life, take him for a walk down the park, or we used to walk around the wetlands, a 5K walk right around it every day, twice a day. And then we get back home and we watch TV for the rest of the day. But you don't meet anyone. I used to stand by my front door or my front window thinking, well, one day somebody's going to come to my house and say hello. But nobody ever did. And it went for about bloody 3 or 4 years like that, even more than that. But when I started this trip, it was like I was meeting different people all the time. Everywhere you go, people are asking you questions, where you've been, what are you doing, where you going. And you know, if I couldn't figure out which direction to go in, I was asking people which way to go. But having an anxiety disorder, it makes it bloody hard for me. I don't like actually approaching people. But actually now, being on the road, it's forcing me to do that.
So it's just you and Jack. How long have you been on the road for?
11 months. I lost my dad a few years back, and I promised him before I left, before he died. He had Parkinson's disease, and I got a big map in the house, and I planned, right, he was in a wheelchair, I fed him, clothed him, dressed him. I said, right, we're going to travel around this country together, last thing we do, you know. And I never got the chance because he died, and for a while I didn't know what to do. I was lost, and I thought, yeah, no, I'll put the idea on the shelf for a while, maybe do it one day. 3.5 years ago, when I got Jack, my last dog died, and I promised her I'd take her around the country. Never got the chance to do that either. So when I got this one, I thought, well, we had no money. We had a tiny little Commodore station wagon, a little VS Commodore station wagon. And I said, well, we couldn't really go on that. We did a trip down to Great Ocean Road and that. And I thought, we can't really go around Australia in that. So I saved up and saved up and saved up and saved up at my pension to buy this little van. And I managed to get it cheap because the old couple that was selling it didn't really use it, didn't need it. So I got it cheap. And I said, okay, we'll go and do one holiday across from Port Lincoln, Adelaide to Port Lincoln to Ceduna, back to Adelaide. When I did that trip, I thought, yeah, I want to keep on going. I don't want to, when I was in Ceduna, I don't want to go back to Adelaide. I just want to keep on going. I love road trips, you know. And with the freedom's driving across an mobile plane, I imagined it, thinking I'm going to really love doing this, you know. Stopping, I put a message in it, put a plastic drink bottle and a little 1.25 litre bottle, put my name and his name inside, a telephone number, threw it over the edge of the cliff. And I said, if anybody ever finds it, please give us a call. We never heard nothing from it. And I thought, well, I was in the housing trust, our unit, said to go back to Adelaide. And when I got back there, I waited for a while. And then I thought, well, I have to do it. I have to go around Australia. Because I promised my dad, and that means everything to me. It's like a dying wish to my dad. I've got to keep it. And I promised my dog, and I've got to keep that wish too. So I said, right, we'll just go. We'll take 5 months. So the trouble was, my next door neighbour, he said, I spent 4.5 years going around Australia, and you cannot possibly go anywhere in this country I've never been. I haven't been. I've been to every single city, town, village in this country. And he kept telling me stories about it. So I thought, oh, we're going to go and do it. When I left Adelaide, I asked him if I could take some time off from the house. I had a bloke who was going to do the lawn mowing for me, and he was doing my bloody lawn mowing and putting my bins out. I asked him if I could take 5 months off, and they said, right, okay. A woman on the phone said, yeah, go ahead, you can take up to 6 months. I got to Townsville, but I lost track of what my day was. I didn't know it was a Sunday or a Tuesday. I didn't know where we were, you know. So I got there, and then I got a message on my phone saying, you've got, I think it was roughly, you've got about a week to get back to Adelaide. And I said, well, 3,000 k's or 3,500 k's from Adelaide, from Townsville back to Adelaide. And they said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'll bugger it. I want to go around Australia. So I basically said to them, well, I'm not coming back. Don't want to come back. I've lost my dog. I've lost my dad. I just want to keep on going and travel around the country. And I thought, stupid bugger, I thought, well, if I'm in a housing trust house and unit, wherever I end up around Australia, I'll get another housing trust house. But apparently I've got 10 years to wait. So I've got to keep travelling for 10 years. And I thought, well, what do we do? Do we go back falling a heap on the floor or something and just say, well, I don't want to travel anymore? But I don't want to. I want to keep on travelling. I want to just keep on going. Wherever the hell we end up, that's where we end up. I got the wrong kind of car. I only ever bought this car for like a weekend away or a month away, and I thought, yeah, little van, sleep in the back of a van, be ideal. But what I should have got was a four-wheel drive. Because I want to go down the Strzelecki track, the Unadilla track. I don't know how to drive a four-wheel drive, but I want to cross the Simpson Desert. I don't want to go to all your big Townsville, your Cairns, your Mackay's, your big places. I want to go to all your remote places. Because I try and buy like a month's supply of food at any one time, put it in the car. I've got 50 litres of water. So places like this, nice and quiet, that's where I want to go to. Your big towns, I couldn't care less about going to. I went through Mackay on a Thursday night. We got to Mackay on Thursday night. I'm bloody glad I left the day after. Because we got there, and there's a river in the town when we got there. And there was three blokes that were going, I don't know. First of all, we went fishing on the bloody river in Mackay, and one bloke came walking across the bloody thing and across the road, and he was drunk or something. I nearly hit him. Then I went round another corner, and there was another drunk, and I said, no, we're better off for small places. Small places. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs. I just want to keep on travelling. Wherever we end up, we end up. I haven't seen Tasmania. I haven't been to the Stockman's Hall of Fame at Longreach. I haven't been to Darwin or Alice Springs. I haven't been to the Kimberley or Western Australia or Perth. I haven't crossed the Nullarbor Plain. I want to do all that. You know, so I want to keep on going. So
You gave your housing trust, you just gave it back to them. But
I had no option because they said to me, you've got a week to get back. I figured it out, 3,500 k's in a week. That's 800 kilometres in a day. That's going to be pushing this little van pretty hard. I mean, I'm going to have to stop, drive 800 k's, sleep the night, 800 k's the day after, sleep the night, 800 k's the day after, sleep the night. I'll be in a bloody death door when I got there. So I said, no, forget it, I'm not bothering. So, you know, you just might as well keep on going, try and get a house somewhere else or whatever. And then.
So your furniture, television, all your belongings that you
I
use
had
in the house, or...
I had really nothing I'd left behind. So when my dad died, I lived in a 3-bedroom house, but we got moved out of a 3-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom house. And all I had was a table and chairs in the kitchen, a fridge in the meals area, a big old second-hand fridge in the kitchen, a sofa bed in the lounge room, and my telly was about that big. My Commodore station wagon, which that's the only possession I left behind that I didn't want to get rid of. Because my dog, my Blue Heeler, died in the back of the station wagon. So I thought I'd keep that station wagon in the back garden for years and years and years to come. So that kind of shattered me when I lost that. But it was rusting out and clapped out anyway. So one day it would have been the wreckage yard anyway. So I didn't leave anything behind that I really miss, you know. The most valuable possessions that I have with me at the moment are him, and in the back of my van I've got my dog's ashes. Because I promised my dog when I died, I took it to Ayers Rock and I never got the chance to touch it. And it bloody broke my heart because we got 4 k's out of, when you leave your Lara resort, you drive through towards Ayers Rock. There's a checkpoint thing you've got to go through. A woman sits inside the thing, little cubicle, and the thing you've got a shelter thing you've got to go under. And you've got to stop there and say, oh, I want to go into Ayers Rock, you know. She saw my dog on the seat. No, you can't take a dog in Ayers Rock. So I promised her when she died, I'm taking you back to Ayers Rock. I'm going to touch Ayers Rock. I'm going to hold an urn of ashes in my hand, and I'm going to get someone to take my photograph. Then they're going to say, we did it. We did it, sweetheart. We did it.